All right, welcome into this edition of Extra Time. We got Shaka, Brian, and Seb here in studio. We got Stewart Robson with us as well.
From his kitchen.
That is not his kitchen.
I am convinced that Stewart is in his kitchen.
Hang on, you owe me an apology, Shaka.
You're in your kitchen. That's not a real background.
You owe me an apology. You said yesterday
That's not a real
on
background.
air, you said that I was going on holiday to Washington. Let me tell you, I'm working very hard in Washington.
Yeah. You're on a beach in Antigua with some fake background behind you.
You can't ever speak about holidays. You take more holidays than any other member of that panel.
Read those questions, Seb, please.
Wow.
Have the questions.
Shaka has never moved so quickly in his life.
Seb's got a flight to catch. Seb's got a flight to catch.
I do have a,
Hurry up.
And actually, our first question is for Robbo. Robbo, do you think Liverpool need a new left back to back up Robertson?
Robbo, live from the beach.
Are you going to let me finish?
Oh, sorry. Carry on.
Didn't you want me to ask the questions and not talk about vacation?
Carry on. You're right.
So, Robbo, do Liverpool need a new left back as a backup for Robertson? And do you think Liverpool's wingers are solid, asks Joe.
Yeah, they definitely need a backup left back, but he's not going to get in the team because Robertson is outstanding. But if he does get injured, they need somebody to come in that's going to do a good job. As for the wide players, or wingers, Liverpool don't really play with wingers. They've got Salah, who plays on the right-hand side, Mane, who comes in from the left-hand side, so they're not really out-and-out wingers. The only winger they've got is Shaqiri, who, if they do need to play with a wide player, he can come into the side. The wingers are their fullbacks, Robertson and Trent Alexander-Arnold, so I think they're okay in those wide areas.
Next question comes in from Zippy.
Hey, Zippy
asks, if I asked you to keep doing ESPNFC, move somewhere with worse weather than where you are now, and get paid a portion of what you do now, would you take it if you had the choice to stay? Just want the panel to have a think before judging Bale, says Zippy. So have your think, panel.
Well, first of all, what's to say he can't go somewhere with nicer weather? I mean, Monaco's nicer. There's some other places that the weather isn't necessarily.
So you guys are both ready to move to Monaco right now and take a pay cut.
What we're saying to Gareth Bale is move somewhere else and do what you're not doing right now. He's not doing anything right now. Do something. That's the whole point. If you want to sit in Madrid and do nothing for 3 years and pack in at the end of it, fair play. All we're saying is just when you're a player, you want to play. Find somewhere and play.
Stewart, what are your thoughts on this? Have you had a think now?
No, I'll ask you the question, Seb. You know, if you're the understudy to Dan Thomas week after week, year after year, and you never get on the show, you don't want to stay on the show forever, do you? You'd move somewhere else and make sure, even if it was for less money, make sure you got some airtime, because I know you do love your airtime.
That's a good point.
I do love my airtime, but you know what I love more than the airtime? Steady checks. If I have a contract, I want that contract honored. I'm not telling Bale to take a pay cut, certainly. Not me, and I'm surprised a bunch of players on this set are telling him to take a pay cut. Okay, I see how you guys do.
Yeah, right.
Next question, Aryan asks, what is your favorite sports movie of all time? Brian, you want to lead us off?
Sports movie.
Favorite sports movie.
I don't watch what sports movies are there? I don't know what sports
Do
movies
the
there are.
ESPN 30
Come
for
on,
30s
Brian,
count?
sort it out.
Favorite soccer movie's easy. That's Victory.
Victory, okay. Classic.
Major League's pretty darn good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like.
Who?
Too High? What do you mean Too High? I like that one.
Yeah.
Which one?
Major League.
I have no
Enough of this Olay. You can't say the word, but you know. The coach, the manager from Major League.
Yeah.
Look at this guy. When Willie Mays Hayes
Yes.
shows up. All right, we're good. Stuart, what's your favorite sports movie?
Oh, it has to be Jerry Maguire. There's a bit of sport in it, there's a bit of romance, and as Shaka always knows, show me the money. That's what he used to say to Jonathan Barnett when he was a player. It was all about the money.
That's not a sports movie.
How we get here? That is a sports movie.
That is a sports movie.
That's a sports
It's
movie.
an agent movie.
That's a
Jerry
sports
Maguire
movie.
is an
Sports
agent.
romance, according
Jerry
to
Maguire's
Stewart.
an agent. He's not an athlete.
What about the person he was representing? He was a player.
Yes, was he?
Cuba Gooding Jr.
I believe
That's
Cuba
him.
actually won a Oscar for supporting actor. It's a supporting role.
Okay.
That's not
This
the
is far-
main role.
Far too technical for me. I have no idea.
Just carry on.
Any more thoughts? I didn't know if we were done with our movie review.
He's rushing through because he's got his flight to catch, remember? Don't forget. Hurry up,
Regular
Tilly.
old Siskel and Ebert here. If Zlatan is a Ferrari, what car would Brian, Stewart, and Shaka have used to describe themselves in their prime? And then what car are they now?
I'm a horse and cart.
Were you that throughout your career, or just...
That's pretty much my career. Come on. Dragging that cart along. Never mind.
Brian, any automobiles?
I have never thought about that.
Let's be honest. Brad was a truck.
I would not be a Ferrari, that's for sure.
Brad was a
truck.
Brad was a truck, just knocking everybody over.
Demolition derby vehicles that you see in the...
Brad was a truck, just throwing elbows. Just throwing elbows in
That was not me.
That's Cesc Fabregas.
Never.
A truck just running over and backing up over Cesc Fabregas, back and forth.
Stewart, what kind of car would you have described yourself as?
I'm going to give myself a pat on the back here because there was a game I played for Arsenal and it was against Rotherham in the FA Cup and I played really well. And the News of the World described me as a Rolls Royce amongst cart horses. That was in about 1985. But I'm surprised Shaka hasn't already said about his Maserati. He used to have one. He used to have a Maserati. Surely that's what sort of player he was as well.
How did we get here?
That soft top with it, you used to have Shaka written on the back of it.
How did this come up? Nobody asked you anything about Maseratis. Nobody.
He did throw himself.
He even told me it was a Turissimo. A Maserati Turissimo, you told me it was yesterday.
What's the next question, Sam? What's the next question? Moving on.
You seem like the producer and director of this.
No, you have a flight to catch. I'm thinking about you.
Thank you.
Trying
Bill
to shut
wants
Robbo
to
up
know,
at the same time.
these are for Brian Shaka, but Stewart can help us out here as well. Which Premier League stadium had the best atmosphere? Any location at which you looked forward to or loathed playing?
Or easy.
What?
I look forward to playing at Anfield the most. Favorite away ground. I always thought the atmosphere there was fantastic.
Doesn't sound like atmosphere's bothered you then. Like
No,
you
no,
enjoyed a good
don't get me
play.
wrong. I don't think I ever won there. Just used to like playing there.
Any place you hated playing? Anybody have a place you particularly dreaded going?
No. There's tended to fare well up in Newcastle. Loved Everton's atmosphere. I mean, that
Yeah.
can't really say that's an away ground because I played there, but it was pretty special. It was the first time I actually like having a fans understand the game, like a well-placed long pass, and they're just giving. I'm like, wow, this is awesome.
A nuanced footballing understanding.
They definitely had a good educated group.
Stewart, any
Absolutely.
favorites?
I go with Brian. Goodison Park was, when I was playing, was a magnificent ground, great atmosphere. They were also a very good team. The worst place was anywhere when any team that was playing at Selhurst Park. That was a horrible place to go and play, particularly when Wimbledon were playing there.
Yeah, that was a tough place. It was tough to get to as well.
In and out.
It was tough to get to.
Yeah.
We have gotten to the final question here on
All
Extra
right.
Time, and it was tough to arrive at this moment. Jack is
Make it
asking
sound like that.
a very, very serious query. Is Brian wearing socks today?
Saying that, Jack, I'll answer your question. No, he's not. But to balance off Brian's lack of socks, Sebi.
You hear it?
To balance off Brian's lack of socks, Sebastian, show Jack.
Now, these are Pac-Man. You see kind of the Pac-Man right there? Yeah, I guess that's
No,
well,
that's just one. That's a tear. Those are polka dots.
Wait a sec.
Those are polka dots.
No.
Where's the other one?
Look at that guy right there.
That's at the same ankle
Look at
thing.
that.
Yeah.
Well, that's not a tear.
It's not
Pac-Man is not the adjective I would use.
I've been telling people these are Pac-Man
Polka
socks
dots.
for...
I know.
Large
They're not just
Look at that.
they're
Is that
colorful
not
polka
Pac-Man?
dots.
Come on.
That's your
It's
wedge,
colourful.
your heel wedge.
What's
that
your
goes
problem
down.
with socks? How come you never wear
I
socks?
like socks when I want to wear socks. I don't want to wear socks right now.
What kind of answer is that?
Okay.
I like socks when I wear
As soon as
socks.
summer comes,
When I don't
not
wear
to
socks,
Listen,
I don't
you should
like
be happy.
socks.
My wife always says, "You just don't even like shoes." Like, if I can be barefoot, I
Really?
will go barefoot. Yeah.
Barefoot Brian McBride on tomorrow's Extra Time.
Okay.
There you go. That's what we'll promise
Yeah,
you.
right. You don't want that.
We don't?
No, my feet are not.
You guys-
pretty.
Sebi's
Yeah.
socks. Sebi's socks will be somebody's Twitter handle in a
Brian's
minute.
socks
you go.
won't be a Twitter.
No, yeah.
They don't exist, apparently.
Brian's
A
ankles.
reminder, We're here. Hope you enjoy us. We'll be back tomorrow.
We might be Brian Socks. We're not so sure about.